Has been back. Sports Spectrum is back, and I want to come back to you. The Colorado versus UCF game just recently ended. The post game score: Colorado 48, UCF 21. Very congratulations to Colorado for coming out and getting the job done away from their home front. The game was delayed for a little bit because of the rain, but then once they got going, Colorado got going pretty quickly. They actually started a whole lot better. They had a better start than they did on the last game, so much better start. The game was actually pretty close starting out for the most part, and then it just looked like Colorado was just able to move the offense pretty well, throwing the ball and mixing in some running. So I want to go through that. The reasons why I think Colorado won. Number one is that I believe they won simply because rushing the ball was the best I've seen all season. They had quite a few guys that rushed the ball and that ran with the ball. And I think Dalen Hayden, I think he had the most yards, but they ran, CU ran for 128 yards versus UCF. They ran for 177 yards. But UCF is known for their rushing. Um, but I think they're down from their average. I think the defense did a great job there. But anyway, we rushed the ball. We actually averaged better than UCF. We average about 4.4 um, yards per carry, and they um, they average 4.0 yards per carry. So we actually beat them on average as far as per carry in rushing. So that was a very good thing. That was one of the keys of the game that I mentioned in my last video, that they needed to run the ball well. They needed to be intentional. They needed to mix it up with the pass, not just try to put it all on Shador, but also running the ball. And they were able to do that. Number two, the reason why I think that they ended up winning the game was the offensive line protected Shador a lot better in this game. Last game, they gave up 5 sacks. This game, I think they might have gave up a couple or something like that. Or maybe it might have just been one, actually. But they did a better job. They got to Shador here and there, but much better than the last game. And I was saying that was another key of the game for them, is to that the offensive line needed to come ready to play, ready to, man up and be tough in there in the trenches, because that's where it starts at. So I think they did a much better job protecting Shador. Number three is that I believe that the defense, they played. I believe they're just getting better and better. The defense, as I mentioned before, the defense has been playing pretty good, mainly in the second half of all of the games up to now. But they did it again. I think they played even better. They had they had two takeaways as far as interceptions, and they committed 2 fumbles. And I mentioned last time that the defense needed to be stingy. The defense needed to commit some turnovers, and they did that. They committed 4 turnovers, 2 interceptions, and 2 fumbles. And one interception, I know Simon Craig actually ran it back for a touchdown. So the defense did what they needed to do. Actually uh, scored, like I said, off of Simon Craig, and the other takeaways got CU in position to be able to eventually score. So the defense did their thing. Number four, special teams was much better. No long run backs. The kickoffs were a lot better. They were deep generally, but no long run backs this time at all. So the special teams did their job. Um, Mata did his job kicking the field goals, back to back field goals to, as they was going into the getting ready to go into the halftime. CU committing those takeaways, was able to get the ball back and get it down to field goal range, and he was able to knock it down. Um, Prior to the one we got a field goal prior to that, he was able to get one more right before halftime and put the game up. I think it was 14-21 then, and 24. I think it was 24 or 27, something like that at that time. So he did a great job. Special teams did a much better job. Number five, Colorado played with a sense of urgency. I felt they played hard on defense. Um, they executed well on offense. They played complementary football. I felt this is the best overall that I've seen Colorado play thus far in the conference, and they are 4-1 and 2-0 in the conference. They are undefeated in the conference, which is very um, a very good start for them. And I knew they had an opportunity to beat UCF if they did a few different things, and they did that. They did those things, but I believe that they had a sense of urgency. And then the last thing I want to mention is that Colorado played complementary football. The offense did what it needed to do to get into the end zone through rushing, through passing. The defense did their thing. They pretty much was able to get some 1, 2, 3 outs. If they didn't, they were able to get some takeaways, fumbles, interceptions. So I believe that Colorado played complementary football. So ultimately, um, the score again is Colorado 48, UCF 21. Um, Will Shepard had 4 receptions for 99 yards, so I believe he had the most, ended up having the most yards out of his receptions. And Travis Hunter, of course, had an interception. Um, and Preston Hodge had an interception. Simon Craig had um, caused a fumble, and I didn't write down the other person that caused the fumble. I forget. But anyway, kudos to Colorado. They did their thing. They played a lot better football overall. The defense did their thing. The offensive line did their thing. The special teams, um, and they just outplayed UCF, and so they are now 4-1, 2-0 in the conference. And so this is Benny Sports Spectrum, the post game results of Colorado 48, UCF 21, and see you on the next video. Thank you for watching. Make sure you like, subscribe, comment your take on the game, what you think Colorado did good, what maybe they didn't do so well. I'm just sharing the things that I believe caused them to win the game. Maybe I'll come back with another video about things that they can still improve on. So anyway, thanks for watching. Like and comment, subscribe. Be blessed.